from a perspective of you were a young player who didn't get as much time defensively that first year, but obviously you were a part of this team and you weren't just kind of in the background in the shadows. I'm just curious from someone who goes from college and you're a center point and you're the leader of a team, and then you get to college, then you get to the pros. How is that balance between wanting to step up and say something and be at the front of the room when you're a young player versus waiting your time and kind of seeing and picking your spots? I mean, Kayvon used the word meritocracy, which I thought kind of stuck with me. I mean, can you step up and have a voice if you don't have the skins on the wall, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a balance there. The more you produce, the bigger your voice is, and guys listen to the leaders and the people who are, leading from the front and doing their job and, executing at a high level. So there's always that kind of, that process. It goes from, high school to college when you come in as a freshman and, you're kind of back at the bottom of the totem pole and then again at the NFL. But yeah, it's definitely a unique experience and something you kind of got to weigh the waters in and find your place.
What about for you? I mean, have you gotten to the point where you feel, in your position that you can actually speak up and say something and see what say what you're seeing, or are you still kind of, waiting it out?
No, without a doubt. I think, especially these last couple of years with the more experience I've gotten and more play time, I think I can have a bigger voice, especially, in our linebacker room and then in the defensive room as well, just kind of pointing things out. And when there's younger guys, I can, help them along the way. Yep.
Brian's only team.
Micah, thanks for doing this.
Yep.
Two things. First, can you explain to the people who aren't on the field, to us, to fans, what actually changes with Dexter Lawrence not in the lineup? Like, how much more difficult does the job get? How will offenses attack you guys differently without Dexter there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's our rock in the middle there, and not only on the field, but he's our captain and our leader off the field. He's a voice within our locker room, and especially on the defensive side of the ball. So it's a big blow to us. Obviously we'll find out where he is here soon, but it's difficult when you don't have that caliber of a player on the field who, he's always doing his job, and he's going to make sure that A-gap's closed every time he's in there. So got to get these other guys ready to step up and play and get more reps for them, which I think will be good. And obviously we have a young team, so the more reps those guys can get, it can only help us.
And then the other thing, you might have heard me just ask this to Kayvon if you were in the room, but I'm curious, the thing that's really buzzing in the fan base right now is all your former teammates who are doing well up their places. I'm wondering if that's found its way to the locker room, this Saquon, Xavier, Leo, all those guys, and if there's any part of you that's like wondering why it didn't all happen when you guys were all together.
Obviously, we're football players and we watch football and we kind of see everything that happens. And we're all happy for those guys and, former teammates and, friends that within the locker room. But, it's difficult to see it, and it's, we would have loved to put it all together while everybody was here. But, it's kind of the nature of this league. Some guys, you have your hills and your valleys, and it depends what time in your career and what team and the situation. So there's a lot of factors, but definitely proud and happy for those guys.
Thanks, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
All Schwartz.
Hey, Micah, how you doing?
Hey, good. How about you?
Good. I know in college you didn't always have big winning seasons at Indiana. Have you ever lost 7 straight in college or high school?
I think I did my senior year of college. Yeah, we went 2-10, I believe. So, yeah, I kind of know exactly what this feels like before, but
right.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring up those kind of. What would one win do you think, for your psyche, for your coach's psyche, for your teammate's psyche, your family psyche, whatever. You know, everyone's kind of going through this together. What would just winning one game Sunday? It doesn't change the standings very much or anything. What would it do?
I think it would do a lot. I mean, just the vibe within the building and within the locker room especially, and for everybody on the team. I think obviously we've kind of we've been through some tough games here, and I think everybody on the team and everybody on the field has continued to battle through every game. But for these other guys who are getting more reps due to injury or other factors, I think it'd be good for everybody who's playing their tail off every Sunday to get a win here.
Do you, your 2 wins have come on the road, right? So you had flights back from Cleveland and Seattle where you won. That every athlete I talk to says, that's what that post-game 10 minutes in the locker room after you win is so special.
Yeah.
How much do you miss that? I mean, do you almost forget what it feels like?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough too. And I know, for the Cleveland game, I remember we went right into Cowboys coming back that next Monday too. So it was difficult to, we didn't spend a whole lot of time on the win. So, I mean, like you were saying, the flight, the post game in the locker room, it's energy and it builds momentum into that next week. So, we could definitely use that right now.
Thanks, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Last one, Tom Cannon.
Hey, Micah, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Good. We all talk about, being professionals and things like that. How tough is it now to do that?
It's obviously the season is not where we want it to be. But at the end of the day, this is our job and we all get paid to do this. But, on a deeper level, there's a sense of pride. I know, especially for me, just every time I step out on a football field, and an appreciation for the opportunity, to play in the NFL and to be out there with my teammates and to support them and play alongside them. It's a true honor, and I think that's what we're all playing for now.